you wanted to bring back Arrieta?
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Boy, did that decision not work out for the Cubs.
I mean, it worked out for the Phillies.
No, definitely. Him and Aaron Nola. Oh, my God. You know what? Aaron Nola is my second-place Cy Young winner. I'll tell you that. Scherzer, Nola, then DeGrom. All right, let's get to football. On Friday, the Giants beat the Lions by a score of 30-17. Eric, what were your thoughts on the game?
I will tell you this. After Eli Manning retires, I think the Giants might have a quarterback controversy if they're still there. Davis Webb and Kyle Lauletta. Both of them played very well. Davis Webb was in there a lot. Kyle Lauletta was in there a lot, too. Kyle Lauletta broke a couple of ankles, and he rushed for a touchdown. That was nice to see. The key words in there were rushed for a touchdown and quarterback, because Eli Manning can't do that. But, you know what?
Haven't had one who can do that since Tarkenton.
well, no. The first touchdown of the year last year was an Eli Manning rushing touchdown. So
you just said he can't do that, though.
Yeah, but he can't do that on a regular basis. I still remember when he beat Jason Taylor to the corner in England against the Dolphins. I remember that because it doesn't happen a lot.
That I don't remember.
Oh, man. I think that was the game of the week, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it was in England, so it had to be.
Yeah, but you know what? The only concern that I have with the Giants, oh, by the way, on top of that, they finally reached 30 points since the tenure of Tom Coughlin, so yay, thank you, Giants, finally. And the best part, it doesn't count.
Yes, woo! Exactly. You know, I will say this. People do think that there's a quarterback controversy brewing for the Giants. I think Kyle Lauletta is light years better than Davis Webb. I've been preaching his name for a while, and gun to my head, I think Lauletta is going to start after Eli Manning retires. But we do have a caller on the line. Caller, you're on Beyond the Game.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Martin from Merrick. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good. What's going on?
I'm doing a lot better than you, Darvish, right now.
Definitely. Darvish out for the year. Thank you, Sam.
Yes. So, here's my question for you, gentlemen.
Yes.
According to SI.com, they came out with it this afternoon, the Steelers are going to win Super Bowl 53.
Yeah.
Over the Patriots.
Okay. Wait, what?
What?
Wait, say that again?
According to SI.com.
They said that the Steelers were going to face the Patriots in the Super Bowl or the AFC title game?
I thought it said hold on.
Well, that's definitely a typo on someone's part.
Yeah, that's definitely...
That'd be a great Super Bowl, though.
It's either a typo or idiocy.
Yeah, you know, I didn't even think before I said it. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. You know, if this was Mike Francesa, I would just hit that off button, but since you're a good caller...
Yeah, I know, but given...
Since you're a good caller, I'm not going to. You're a good caller. I'm not going to.
I was also going to say, given how many calls you've had so far today...
Oh, now I definitely want to.
Wow.
We deserve that.
Yes, I think you do. Okay.
You guys gonna fight?
Definitely.
No, oh boy, I read it totally wrong. I apologize. Falcons over Steelers.
Martin, this has been your best call.
Falcons over the Steelers.
This is really, I mean, applause sound effect to you. Really, great job.
At least he owned up.
All right, Falcons, Steelers, it's not going to happen. I like the Rams this year. I actually like a Rams-Jaguars Super Bowl.
That would be great.
Okay, the Jaguars getting revenge. Jalen Ramsey proving his point against quarterbacks.
And Blake Bortles proving that he's an elite quarterback. No, he's not elite, but he's very good. He's a very good quarterback.
Give it a couple years.
SI.com actually thinks Vikings are going to be number 5.
I like the Vikings this year.
Too.
The NFC North is a tough division with the Packers and the Lions, but the Vikings are going to be a much improved team with Kirk Cousins there.
Are you writing off the Bears? You don't think they're going to be that good?
You know I don't like Trubisky.
Well, okay, fine. I do. But I think they're going to be better, but they're not going to be in the hunt. Is that okay?
I think they're going to finish with double-digit losses.
They don't even have the Bears being 500. They say the Bears are going to be 7-9.
I would be a lot meaner than that. 6-10 at best. All right, Martin, thanks for the call.
Okay, bye-bye, gentlemen.
All right.
7-9 is best case scenario for the Bears. That's pretty good for a first-year head coach in Chicago. That's not bad.
Man alive, I should have cut him off sooner. All right. Here's what I'm going to say about the Giants. Yes, Lauletta is better than Davis Webb. The defense was pretty good. Damon Harrison, I mean, every time I watch him, I cry. As a Jet fan, I want him so badly, a million times better than Steve McClendon. Defense is going to be much better this year, although admittedly, it's not a high bar to reach.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair enough. But, there's one thing that I don't really like about the defense, and it's been an ongoing theme, not just last year, but in years prior. Their problem with tight ends.
Yes.
Their problem with tight ends, normally what happens
They don't have any coverage linebackers. That's the
thing. That's the thing. They don't really have any coverage linebackers. Alec Ogletree has been getting exposed lately. I think
Ogletree isn't that good. I hate to. I never loved that trade. You know I didn't.
I know that, but I think he's going to help because he's not like a leader. He's not going to have the C on his jersey, but he's an emotional leader, and I like that coming out of one of my players. If I'm an owner or a coach, I like Ogletree. I think he's going to be fine. He's not going to be great. He's not going to be Harry Carson. He's not going to do that. He's not going to reach that. I think he's going to help this team out, but he's got to work because in the preseason, this is why I'm happy it's the preseason, you got to break out the kinks now so that way it doesn't happen by week 1. But this has been an ongoing theme for the Giants as of recently. This is the first time in a couple of years that they actually have good, solid linebackers.
Yeah.
And that's saying something.
I mean, I see what you're saying about the tight ends, but that's a mismatch for a lot of people in the NFL. There are very few linebackers that can cover tight ends nowadays. Guys like Gronkowski and Jimmy Graham constantly tear up defenses, so I can't kill him too much on that. If you don't have an elite tight end on your roster, you still have to throw the ball to your wide receivers. And the Giants, I'll tell you, B.W. Webb did not look bad.
No, I like him.
No,
he did not look bad. I'll tell you, I'd like Sam Beal more, but...
You think I don't?
Yeah, Webb seems to be okay. Offensive line, great at pass blocking, horrible at run blocking.
I'm not reading too much into that right now because Barkley's not playing.
Yeah, there's...
Well, again, I'll go back to something you've been saying for the past 6 months. Doesn't matter if you have Barry Sanders behind there.
100%.
You
right.
still need to create the hole. I understand that Barkley being out is going to hurt them for the short term. He's the X factor of the Giants season.
Yes, he is.
If Saquon
So is
Barkley...
Eli.
Barkley more than Eli. If Barkley plays worse than we think he'll be, Giants are going to be god-awful this year. If Barkley is what we think he's going to be, and that is the best running back in Giant history, which admittedly, not a high bar to clear, Giants have a legitimate chance to be 8-8. And I'll tell you who the backup running back should be. Wayne Gallman.
Yep, Wayne Gallman. I really, really like him.
He looked great.
Jonathan Stewart, like you said before, and I agree with you 100%, he's only there for the veteran leadership, a guy that has been in Shula's system, because, I forgot he was the offensive coordinator for a little bit. But,
And he's a Gettleman guy, too.
Yeah, of course. He's a Gettleman guy, and anyone from Carolina is basically a Gettleman guy because, that's all that they were looking at one point during free agency.
Definitely.
Jonathan Stewart is only there for the veteran leadership. I don't think he's going to get that many carries. He's going to get enough to produce, but he's not going to get that much. He's basically only there for Barkley and Gallman. That's it.
I agree with you, and I don't mind that.
I don't mind it either. If it works, it works. Leave it alone.
So according to Manish Mehta of the Daily News, the Jets gauged the Jaguars' interest in trading Dante Fowler. According to Pro Football Focus, last year, he had a 56.5 overall grade. Guys, do you mind if I take this?
Take it away.
Go right ahead.
All right, this is where I miss Dominic. I really wish Dominic was here.
Dominic
right about
actually
now.
brought that up one time.
Yes, he did. I give him a ton of credit. Dante Fowler is not great. I mean, I've been seeing Jet Twitter going nuts over this guy. The guy's not that good, okay? He's been a massive bust since being drafted. He missed his rookie year with that injury and was never the same. It's fair to wonder how he would have been if he didn't get hurt, but he's never been great. He's better than anyone who the Jets have, though. I mean, that's not necessarily a compliment to him as much as it is an insult to the Jets' pass rushers. You know it's bad when Frankie Louvu is getting extended time. I mean, this guy is a nothing. And Brandon Copeland's a nothing. Lorenzo Malton's going to be cut. Jordan Jenkins is fine, but he can't rush the passer. Fowler's an okay pass rusher. He's not great. He's not horrible. This doesn't move the needle for me that much. To be honest with you, I still think there's room for improvement. I think a Khalil Mack trade does make sense. Admittedly, it may be a pipe dream, but as a Jet fan, I can wish, right?
Of course, there's no problem with that. I mean, Khalil Mack is a hell of a talent, and that's something that the Jets can look for.
There have been reports linking the Raiders to Teddy Bridgewater. Now, admittedly, that's as a backup because he's not unseating Derek Carr. Raiders made a big commitment to Derek Carr. He's their guy. They do need a backup, though, because Connor Cook stinks. I think they have E.J. Manuel also.
Yes, they do.
Manuel stinks. They do need a backup. And Bridgewater can start for some teams. He's one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the league. There's no question about that. I do think that Bridgewater to the Raiders as part of a Khalil Mack trade does make sense. Obviously, you'd have to kick in some extra draft picks to make it work. It's tough. It's a Madden trade, but stranger things have happened. That's all I'm going to say. Stranger things have happened.
What is your ideal trade if Teddy Bridgewater goes to Oakland or Las Vegas, depending on what side you're on? if he goes to Oakland for Khalil
to
Mack.
Gruden Incorporated. Very good question.
Is it like Bridgewater a first and a second, or is that too much?
See, the thing with the Jets trading a second is they don't have a second until next year. And I don't want to trade my first this year because then I'm without my first and my second in this year's draft.
Okay.
And I need high draft picks. I don't care if you have a good roster, you need high draft picks. So I would want to give up a third at most. Bridgewater, a first, and a third for Mack. It's still in the Jets' favor. I wouldn't mind kicking in a wide receiver. I wouldn't want to kick in Robbie Anderson because I'm giving up a really good player in Bridgewater. I could be talked into trading Jermaine Kearse. I could be talked into trading Chad Hansen, Terrell Pryor. The Jets have a bunch of wide receivers. I think that's a trade that could happen. I don't think that's a crazy lopsided trade for anyone.
I don't think so.
All right. You're listening to Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We are live twice a week, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 3 p.m. I am Jacob Volk. Sitting across from me, Eric Fischetti, Matt Charkowick, and Sam Eisenberg. Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516-572-7440. So let's broaden our football horizons now. We did with baseball. We'll do it with football. On Saturday, the Bengals beat the Cowboys by a score of 21-13. Sam, what did you think of the game?
From the starters, they didn't really do much. Yes, Dalton went 5 for 7, 41 yards he threw for, but all of three of Dalton's possessions, only 2 of them were for first downs, and last week he had 2. He went down the field for 2 touchdowns, so it already shows how inconsistent he still is. On the other side, the Cowboys, Dak Prescott looked pretty good, 10 for 15, threw a touchdown, and my biggest thing is what you're going to expect out of Tyler Eifert and when is he going to come back, because we know if he's healthy how good he can be, and it's a need for a tight end on that team. And Eifert, Marvin Lewis did say that he will not play more than 50 snaps in a game, which, I mean, Eifert's a guy you really want in there, but if that's what's going to keep him on the field the whole season, that's what you're going to have to do.
You guys do have some pretty good pass catchers. I noticed that. Guys like Brian Hill, Alex Erickson, CJ Uzoma.
Terrific players.
They looked really good against the Cowboys. I know there's only so much you can read into preseason, but is there a chance that they could play meaningful roles this year?
Erickson is going to take most of the punt returns and kick returns for the season. Erickson I really like for them. CJ Uzma could play some tight end, I believe.
Yeah.
And he might be the guy that gets more opportunities with Eifert down or Tyler Kroft, however they're going to roll.
And Brian Hill, I know he's the third-string running back, but could they do some crazy plays with him out of the backfield?
I see they can, but I wouldn't expect much. I mean,
you're a big Joe Mixon fan.
I'm
right?
a big Mixon fan, and Bernard, I know, is a very good pass guy that they can throw to. So I like Gio and I like Joe.
All right, sounds good. You better thank me for talking about the Bengals this much. Speaking of the Bengals, they cut George Iloka. That's only because Ken Riley will kill me if I don't. Please tell me you guys know who Ken Riley is. Please. Please.
Ken Riley?
Don't feel bad. He's only one of the best Bengals players of all time. I think he's up there in terms of career interceptions. Think so. Really good player. Speaking of the Bengals, they cut George Iloka. According to Pro Football Focus, last year, he had a 71.4 overall grade. Sam, I thought of you when I saw this story, buddy. I really did. What are your thoughts on him being cut?
Two-time Pro Bowler for us. He played